Hey everyone, we are getting ready to go live and we're figuring out some tech things, so bear with us for the next few minutes.
Oh, good. We have cycle there, and so we do bar cycle yoga. Like street 56 street.
It's amazing. You should check it out. I'm not biased. I don't own any of the country.
You need to walk.
No. You're just going to want to walk and touch. She's honestly.
Thank you guys, we'll be getting started in just a minute.
I was so excited. Test. Yeah.
We looked at so many handouts and we're like, no, we'll just put this one out. I know, this is like the endless topic for me. Like, I'm pretty sure she told me to rein it in before we even got started.
I sure did.
She's like,
This can't be 2 hours. It could easily be 8.
I know. All right, so group stretch break. I'm not paying you, but
I'll lead it.
All right, so it is 6:30. It is time to begin. We try to go on time because we will take the full hour. So bear with us. We're very excited. We, with all the RSVPs, we did not know that anybody was going to be attending live. So we're very excited to have a full room, and we already have people watching on Facebook, and so we're so excited to be able. We know that there's people in California and North Carolina and all these places. If you are on Facebook, please let us know you are there, and if you have questions, type them out and we will answer them as we notice that they pop up. So we are going to get started if you want to get going.
All right, I'm Dr. Geyer. I'm an integrative physician. This is a topic that is near and dear to my heart. I'm really excited about it. I feel like patients are walking in all the time with the newest detox, especially at the beginning of the year, right? So resolutions are usually broken. They start to be broken by January 15th. By February 1st, most of the resolutions have gone out the window. And I'm hoping that we can really change this for everyone out there. So anybody who's watching live, definitely ask your questions. We're going to touch on a lot of different things, and not in the depth that I would love to. But I want to touch especially myths, which are my favorite. I love to bust the myths, and I really want to make sure, that's right, make sure that we bust through them because there's so much misinformation. And on one camp there's this, and on the other camp there's this. There's actually quite a bit of evidence, so let's just read through that. So you can walk out of here and know what you're talking about and know what you feel good about with your own plans for detox.
Yeah, so obviously this is a very heavy topic. There's a lot of information out there, a lot of very strong opinions. So who are we and why should you trust us? So this is Dr. Mary Kay Geyer, a naturopathic doctor. She's an educator, and she runs her clinic here. And my name is Marian Mitchell. I'm an integrative nutrition health coach, and what I do is partner with doctors to help patients implement the treatment and to make their lives so much easier as they're transitioning into a different way of eating and living. And I love it. And I have done almost every detox out there. And so this is also a topic that is near and dear to my heart because I've been plenty miserable and I've kind of been the guinea pig, and so I'm hoping to spare people from the misery.
Disclaimer, we're not going to go into the difference between detox and cleanse. We're just going to call it detox right now. Because I know there's somebody who's going to be watching and be like, oh, it's not really detox, it's a cleanse. And I understand, I fully recognize that.
Yeah,
But we're going to call it a detox.
Another disclaimer that we have to say is this is not medical advice. Please talk to your practitioner and medical professional before trying anything, okay? You got to say that. So the big question is, how do you even know if you need a detox? And this is hard to see on the video, I can tell. So if you want a copy of the PowerPoint, just shoot one of us a PM, and we'll be sure to get you a copy. So you have acne, intense cravings, stubborn belly fat that just will not come off, inability to lose weight, or you get down and then you bounce right back up. Blood sugar imbalances, digestive issues, including heartburn, gas, bloating, constipation, brain fog, headaches, constant stuffy nose and allergy symptoms, pain, systemic headaches, anything like that, chronic fatigue, insomnia, moodiness, extreme sensitivity to smell, or if you work out or anything and you have a strong body odor. If you have 4 or more of these, it is likely that you need to do a detox.
That is, again, going back to the disclaimer that this does not exclude a medical condition
Right.
that is causing this. And for most people, cleansers are quite safe if they're done well, especially if they're supervised. So it's no disclaimer.
Perfect. So, as we said, before you go shopping for a detox program, hear us out.
We're going to bust the myths, okay?
Yeah. Yeah. There was a ton out there. We just picked our top favorite ones that we were just like, wow.
For sure.
All right.
All right, so myth number 1, you don't need to do a special detox. Your body's doing it all day, every day. A lot of my conventional colleagues, I hear this from all the time, they're like, we built the detox. We just built the detox. I didn't even make that face while I said that. But yes, you are built to detox. We're built to do a lot of things. However, we're getting toxins through our lungs, we're breathing them in, through our skin, through our body products, we're absorbing them from the air, we're absorbing them from our water, especially in Arizona. I don't know if any of you check that out. You can actually search your water quality, your gut and intestines. It's going to go through your liver, primary detoxifying organ. What's not shown here is that every one of us has a specific metabolic, these pathways in our liver that help us detox, but everyone is a little bit different. So some of us are fast metabolizers and some of them slow metabolizers, intermediate, normal, and that makes a big difference. So not everybody's walking around with tip-top speed metabolism through your liver, which is what's going to detox everything. And then it has to actually exit. And that's huge. Skin, sweat, breathing it off. Kidneys, urine, colon through your stool, and lungs is breath as well. So
one of the things I want to point out is where toxins get stored. It is in your fat cells, in your bone marrow, in your liver, and even in your nervous system. So they're stored everywhere. And that's fat-soluble toxins. And water-soluble toxins love our joints, blood, tissue, and muscle. So if you're having a lot of pain, this could be part of the picture of what's going on.
So yes, you are built to detox every day. We just have a lot from that. We're taking a lot, which we're going to talk about later.
Yes.
So when we look at toxic chemical exposure, like I said, we're looking at our air quality, our water quality, our food, our soil, our products. That's a lot. We're not built for that. We're not built for the amount of chemicals that we encounter outside. I like this one. So this is actually an old study. You may have seen it before. I try not to do too many studies in here because I really like studies. I'm going to spend a lot of time with them. But this is really impactful. This is actually from 2004, the Environmental Working Group went into hospitals. They tested cord blood from babies, and they found out of 287 different chemicals in the umbilical cord of newborns. So for women, I always say, please do lots of cleansing, detoxing ahead of getting pregnant, having a baby. Very important, and then minimize anything that you are exposed to while you're pregnant, because some of that is obviously going through the umbilical cord. So 180 cause cancer in humans or animals, 217 are toxic to the brain and nervous system, and 208 cause birth defects or abnormal development. And this is in animal tests for that one. So
yeah, our environment is toxic. And again, there's a lot of things that inhibit detox, including just genetics and then lifestyle and things that are going on. Where we live, yeah.
Okay, myth number 2, all you need to do is poop. So what I like and what I don't like about this, I want to do a little bit of a disclaimer here, as I read this pretty recently and I posted about it on social media. Somebody had said, you don't need to detox, you just need to poop. You don't need to do one of these designated detoxes. And I'm paraphrasing, so please send me a message directly. But I do have to say, it is the most common step missed, super important, is that you literally package everything up to get out of your body and is extremely toxic. And you reabsorb through your intestine over and over and over again. So I test estrogen levels a lot. Women who are constipated have higher estrogen levels. Very easy. Same thing with toxins. You are literally packaging it up in its most toxic form to get out of your body. So you must poop. It's not the only thing. There are 3 main steps. So I see a lot of we'll see detox is 2 steps. There's step 1, there's step 2, and then you have to eliminate it. Like I was saying, and down here is a nice little view of the toxin list. But no, pooping is not. All right, myth number 3. Juicing is the best detox there is.
Yeah, most of the time it's not, because they are fruit-based. We pulled up a few juicing cleanses just to see what were out there, and we picked the ones that came up first on Google, so whether they're paying for them or they're just really popular. And we looked over all the juices, and they might have 1 or 2 vegetable-based, which are probably their least popular, and all the rest are a bunch of fruit with maybe ginger or turmeric fruit, maybe a little bit of kale or spinach added right there at the end to make it look healthy and green. But the first ones are always apple, orange, banana. Like, and all that's going to do is spike your blood sugar. And so you're just drinking these juices and you're going on this blood sugar roller coaster the entire time.
There's a couple of things with juice detoxes, since I'm not going to go into a lot of detail about them. But if you're juicing at home, that's the other thing. If you're juicing at home, I'm not doing these. Okay, you're taking out all of the fiber. A big thing for me is when we talk about juicing, when we talk about what goes into it, and I'm looking at fruits and vegetables. Vegetables should be your primary, and then there's a little bit of fruit added in. When you have a glass of orange juice, we talked about this when we were talking about the immune system in our last talk. You're using 6, 7 oranges for that. Do you know how much sugar that is? And your immune system alone is impacted within 30 minutes, and that lasts up to 5 hours when you have that. Yes, it's fruit. It's fructose, it's fruit sugar, but that doesn't mean it's not sugar. And then if you're doing a juice fast, or you're doing what we call juice fasts, and juice cleanses and juice detoxes, you're doing this all day long. Which is sugar, 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 so you have to watch that. This is probably the number 1. I didn't put the label on them specifically because I don't want to hear from them. But you can see over here, 30 grams of carbohydrates in this one drink, of which you're supposed to have, I think, 5 a day. And then over here, this is a very big one. It's everywhere, every grocery store possible. The goodness inside, juices from, it's apple, mango, pineapple, banana, kiwi, boosted with. So it's boosted with broccoli.
Like all these little milligrams.
Right. 2.5 apples, a half a mango, maybe a 4, I can't read that well. Half a pineapple, I don't know.
1/12 of a
1/12 of a pineapple, half a banana, part of a kiwi. Here's the fun part. Turn it around, same label. What's the first ingredient?
Orange juice.
Orange juice. Not even in there. This is probably like one. There are 2 that I see absolutely everywhere I go. This is one. And that's not a detox, that's just an everyday, and that's not how they're marketing it. But I see people all the time who are like, oh, I'm doing my green drink every day. Like, what's in your green drink?
So juicing can be extremely beneficial when it's done right.
With the fiber.
With the fiber, but it has to be done right.
Detox is the ultimate bad diet. So on the flip side, oh my gosh, it was fun Googling this. I'm like, what are people saying about detoxing and cleansing? And some of this is taken from like Mayo Clinic, some of it's taken from a couple of other big hospitals where it's like, there's no need to cleanse your colon, right? Okay. Except you probably have several pounds of impacted stool that's dried, fecal material, sounds great, but in your colon, and again, you're reabsorbing. Drinking too much liquid can be dangerous. I was like, yeah, that's great. Now, yes, there have been deaths where people drank too much water because they didn't have enough electrolytes. That's a whole other topic. I'm not worried about you drinking liquids. Plenty of people walk around and don't drink any liquids at all. I'm really worried about them. The body already does a great job of eliminating toxins. Detox diets lack critical nutrients. If they're badly do, if you're taking pills and you're not changing the way you eat, that's horrible. It's not horrible too. If you're doing juicing, then you could just be eating food all day, right? So it depends on the diet itself. It depends on what you're putting in your mouth and how you're eliminating it. And it's not just that piece. The other one I didn't include is detox, and this is my little thing, is you can just detox with food. Yes, but we're going to talk about the nutrients needed for phase 1 and phase 2. So it's important to make sure that you're supplementing those phases with enough nutrients. All right.
Detox gives you an unhealthy view of nutrition. It can. A lot of people see them as I can be really, really bad, be good for 3 days, and then be really, really bad again, and I'm good to go.
Detox, retox.
Right. So, but for the most part, if you approach detox correctly, it can be a true foundation part of health. But again, when it's done correctly, and you don't look at it as a magic pill.
It's not a bad diet. It shouldn't be a bad diet. It shouldn't be a bad diet at all. It has nothing to do with that. So that's a key piece because people will use it for weight loss and it will work. I'm going to talk about that. But it's not lasting weight loss. That's not what's happening. And then the other piece I see as a doctor is orthorexia. So this is like kind of a funky term. It's the people that are so limited in what they eat that it's almost like an anorexia. And so I do see that where people have come, they've done it, and they're like, I'm going to do a 30-day juice cleanse. Please don't. Please don't do a 30-day. Like, I know there are plenty of documentaries out there and someone did it. Don't do it. That's not the healthiest way. Your body needs fats, carbohydrates, proteins. It needs micronutrients. It needs all of these things. You're going to lose energy. You're going to break down your muscle. It's just not good. And here's the thing, as you lose weight, you're releasing toxins from your fat cells. So if you do that continuously, I had a patient this happened with fairly recently, all of his liver enzymes went up super high. That's not what we want to see. We don't want to see your liver struggling because it can't keep up with what you're doing. So, okay, I'm not going to touch on these a whole lot of because they're super popular because it's like, it's not really the box. But the different types of body wraps, every single day I drive here, I feel like I'm driving behind a car that's like, what's your body wrap? I lose 15 pounds. I'm like, all right. So there's the neoprene. There's one that like literally looks like plastic. Have you seen it? Well, so yes, if you wrap yourself in plastic, you're going to sweat a lot, especially if you run around the block and you're in high school sports and maybe they encourage it. Terrible idea. Don't do that. But that's what it does, right? There are a bunch that are herbal and they have combinations of things. These are really interesting. So some of them are actually really horrible. Some of them aren't horrible. They're actually really good herbs. They're warming herbs. What they do is that they warm the skin. You will have a certain amount. So they say that they burn fat underneath the skin. That's not how that works. Or we'd all be skinny little there somewhere. It's hot here. It's like 122 in the summer. Like I would be like stick, right? Like that's not how that works. Actually, the way that your blood vessels work is the ones on top, as you warm them, the blood vessels deeper down are actually going to constrict. So you're taking away the blood flow to your major organs underneath. That's important. Now, it's used a lot. There's something called pulsation hydrotherapy where you alternate hot and cold. There's lots of therapies where you go in, a hot bath and then a cold bath and a hot bath. That's the lymphatics that's changing. Your body's going to respond. It's actually going to initially dilate and then constrict. So it does go through this cycle, but we're not using it that way. Yes, you may temporarily look a little bit. Foot baths. Okay, so foot pads. One of my favorite doctors when I was a medical student actually did these. And so there were a lot of people on board. I see these still today, a lot of these foot baths, they have been completely debunked. That's the thing, they've been completely debunked. So if you've ever seen, have you ever seen? Oh yeah. Okay. So you've got like a little tub of water and they put Epsom salt or some kind of salt in there. That's important because it's detoxing you. And then they put these electrodes in, right? Well, what it does is an electrolytic current. There's corrosion of the electrodes in there, which are either made from iron, and as that happens, you get flecks, and they look like these horribly scary, amazing flecks of like black and brown and all sorts of colors. And people are like, "Look at what I'm detoxing," and I'm like, "How do you think that big fleck made it out the bottom of your foot?" Let's just use some logic for a second. I know. I'm trying to get that anyway. I know. Shaggies. The colors vary depending on the salt present and the pH of the solution. So I've had people say, yeah, but I came in one day and it looked like this, and then I went over here and it looked like this. It was different, and I was at different phases in my healing, and I'm like, okay. I might have used different electrodes, and the water was different because it was in different towns, and then the pH was different, and then maybe one didn't add salt. Maybe one actually added a soap, which is another thing. So soaps will actually amplify the color. What about the bubbles? Bubbles. Where did the bubbles come from? I don't know. I have these conversations with my kids, so I really don't talk to patients this way, I promise. But this is how I would talk to my kids. But they're byproducts of the electrolysis. So that's what happens: hydrogen, chlorine, sodium chloride excess. Sodium hydroxide, sorry.
Any questions, thoughts, stories?
Oh, foot pads. Because now I'm getting excited. Foot pads, most of them have herbs. There's a specific constituent within the herb that will change color with water and mix. So they will turn. They dry on the pad, but inside the pad they turn on. Although, the feet are really important. It could still be doing something at a certain level. And I do plenty of foot baths, so those are important. I'm just the big flex. Myth number 7: detox for weight loss, or the opposite. You can't lose weight on a detox. Okay, so I've had patients who are like, I need to lose weight. I'm like, detox is actually a good thing for you. Here's the thing: like any good fad diet, even though it shouldn't be. One, if you clean up your diet, that's how it's different. Actually, if you clean up your diet, you retain this fat, right? Some of them, things like cabbage soup diets and those, you will actually urinate more because of our lives. And we tend to eat more vegetables, right? That's the point of the tolerance, which is going to be a diuretic, so you're going to lose more water and you will lose weight. You will actually lose inches temporarily. Some of it, the fat cells will release a little bit, and you will get healthier and more efficient if you do this correctly along with other things. So for long term, yeah, it can make a huge difference. It really can. But as a weight loss piece, like, I need to fit into that dress, it might help temporarily. Just don't eat anything at the
We have a question. Audrey asks, sweating in an infrared sauna, is it helpful, and why is it healthy, and how often a week?
No, far infrared saunas are actually really amazing. They pierce through the skin. That sounds terrible. They penetrate through the skin. The specific wavelength will reach through to the mitochondria. And so over time, far infrared saunas are really helpful with cleansing and detoxing, are really helpful with increasing metabolism. They are. Let's see. You can do them a couple of times a week. I would not recommend doing them all the time, just like anything else. You really don't want to speed up detox, any of that cleansing process, too much because I do a lot of genetic testing, and everybody has variants. Everybody has something called single nucleotide polymorphisms, and I do a lot of cytochrome system testing. So somebody may be a fast or slow, and I don't really know what
So basically, depends on how you feel, but no more than a couple times per week.
and I'm probably gonna get the most yelled at. Okay, gallbladder cleanse. Spoiler alert. They're not gallstones. So has anybody heard that? I'm like, oh my gosh, look at I get pictures of poop from patients. I get a bit. I love my patients, and they'll admit that they're very spoiled for the most part because they can get a hold of me and I care about them, and they talk to me all day about poop. So it's not gallstones. That's not what you're passing. It would be a whole other. Can you imagine? So again, I like to go back to the logic of because nobody's going to remember this chemical and this reaction. Is that if you have something coming out this large, that would have ended you up in the hospital. It would have obstructed your gallbladder, like between your duct between your gallbladder and your liver. You would have obstructed it. You would have ended up in the hospital with major surgery. That's not from there. It is literally a mixture of these and how you're.
And everybody I know that has done this cleanse absolutely hates olive oil after they cannot stand it, which makes me so sad because it is such a great food, addition, and most of the time they're just completely repulsed for years from olive oil.
There are lots of variations of this, and yes, it can be done well. It really can, and it can be a good one. I just wanted to get rid of the myth of those people.
What would be the purpose of it?
It helps it will actually flush the gallbladder. So there are certain things, especially bare herbs and my favorites, that will cause the gallbladder to contract and release bile, and so that will help the bile move along. And so there are those pieces, like some people use apple cider vinegar, some people use olives. Lots of options out there. They can be really great. And for these people, like you will go to the bathroom. There's no way to not go to the bathroom on this. Like people are like, like, what? Not long term, but short term. Again, that's where knowing where to stop, because you do actually need to absorb nutrients, and it needs to get balanced between the two. Magic pills. Okay, so she was like, "What are you going to talk about with magic pills?" And I'm like, "I don't know." I brought this up because I've seen these as well. There's the Facebook page and personal Facebook page where people are like, my coworker lost all this weight taking this pill. And I'm like, all right. So part of my background, I've done a lot of things in many lifetimes of medicine. One of them was that I did work in medical weight loss. And there's no magic pill. It's not going to be a raspberry ketone. It's not going to be none of those things. You want to take a magic pill. If you have to take your greens in a pill form, take it. There's no magic pill. So that's huge.
What you're saying is you can't take these pills and eat like crap and expect them to work. Because a lot of people look at it as a shortcut. So there are great herbs out there. There are some great supplements. But you can't do them and eat like crap at the same time and expect it to work harder than you.
The detox flu is inevitable. So some of you have done detoxes. Did you get to the first stage? Okay. What was your experience? What did you feel?
You feel terrible. You feel like you're going to die. I mean, honestly, you're just like, what? I'm sick.
Yeah, you literally feel like you have the flu. There's body aches, there's diarrhea, there's stomach pain,
headaches. Headaches are the number one. Fatigue, headaches, sensitivity to skin, flu-like symptoms, essentially, where people are just laid out. I don't want anybody to have that feeling. And really, a good cleanse should be done a couple of times a year. I'll be honest. Like, you need to just kind of pour off the teacup, which we're going to talk about for shortly. But you're never going to do that if you have what's words, right? Or, it just sounds terrible. So with the detox fluid, it doesn't have to happen. You can slowly lead in. There are things that you can do throughout. One, if you are not going to the bathroom appropriately, if you're not getting rid of the toxins from all the ways I talked about, like breathing, sweating, urinating, pooping, all of those things, they will just sit in there and you absorb. And you definitely get those headaches. Headaches are a big one with that. The other piece is there are certain things like fibers that you can add in. Flax is my favorite fiber ever. I talk about it all the time on social media and everywhere. But it's because it's insoluble fiber, so it's not constipating. It also has lignans in it, which are great for detoxing. It has all these wonderful things on the foods in them. It'll help just combine everything and get it out. The other one is that I use activated charcoal in small amounts because people often have bacteria in their gut. So they might have bacteria, yeast, anything like that, and it will actually, as those die off, get pretty angry. And you get some pretty nervous symptoms. So I'll use a little bit of activated charcoal with those pieces as well. There are some nutrients, those I prefer to those are really individual. So there are some nutrients that I use.
Great. Time to dive in.
Okay, so how does detox actually work? So here's the important pieces, like I said, we're taking in all these toxins. The first step, we actually need B vitamins, folic acid, glutathione, antioxidants. This is where we can use things like mofussil, most people know, carotenoids, vitamin E, C. The second one is amino acids. And so this is where we run into some issues with things like juice cleanses, is amino acids are building blocks for proteins. So we're not really taking in the proteins. And if you speed up phase 1 and you don't speed up phase 2, that's a problem. So glutamine, glycine, taurine, cysteine, and then you need some others. This is where cruciferous vegetables are really great as well. And then eliminating them. So I often use the analogy of yourself grocery shopping. You get to the checkout, right? And so you're putting everything on the conveyor belt, and the conveyor belt is going down. And this is checkout. And if at any step this is not working correctly, then it's either going to back up, like to stack stuff or there's going to be an issue. So it has to be the same speed. And that's why I do like the more structured cleanses for that piece, because you can always do a ton of it. You're never really good. The structure is helping to make sure you have these nutrients and these nutrients. All right.
Why is a dedicated detox necessary for overall health?
I love the teacup analogy. So one of my mentors used this a lot. I don't know if he's still somewhere. But think of, so everyone's teacup is a little bit different in how much it can hold. Some people have a big teacup and some people have a little teacup. And then add in your own hormones. Add in hormone disrupting chemicals that we take in every day. Because there are lots of things that disrupt our hormones that we think about, like lotions, shampoos, conditioners, face wash, makeup. Makeup's one of the most toxic things for women. All of these pieces, our air, our water, really, laundry sheets,
cleaning products, like you're breathing them in.
all these pieces, so it's like drip, 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 right? And, and that's what a cleanse or detox would do as well. So not only is it just giving your liver a little bit of rest, colon, your digestive issues, letting you get rid of some of that, just pouring off. So you pour it off, it's going to move forward. There are certain things that we can control, there are certain things that we can't control. I'm a big fan of focusing on the positive of what we can control, because I'm not going to change government or laws or big fill in the blank, but I can control what I put on my body, in my body, all of those pieces as much as possible, and I can try and pour a little bit.
So a regular couple times a year detox is extremely beneficial because it does lower that so that it can fill up with it and it's not overflowing and causing other issues.
then going back to the conveyor belt, input needs to equal output, or you have something. And that's just it. So I always ask patients, I'm like, okay, so what are you putting in your mouth? And where's it coming from? What are you cooking on? Are you still using nonstick? Because that's one of, it's absolutely horrible. You know it causes cancer. You know it flecks off because eventually that black is going to come off from the food and you're going to eat all of that. So we're just storing food in. So I think this is still a forgotten one, and I live in like a little bubble, and I forget, and then I like visit someone, and they say, oh, let's have some leftovers and whatever, and I pull out their like plastic Tupperware food into the microwave. And then I had to approach that. But styrofoam, plastics, when you keep them, this is really good for Arizona. I didn't think about this when I moved here. Just keeping, I keep a water bottle in my car, because the plastics will release not only the plastics, but other chemicals in there as well. So, and then BPA free is not enough. That's another thing you can see quite a bit. Styrofoam releases styrene. So all of these chemicals, and for women more so than men, but I'm seeing it more and more for men because I do a lot of pornos. I'm seeing that access disrupted. Then also a trigger for alcohol. So how are you heating up your food? Like that. Actually, I'm not going to talk about that, but I don't really want to bridge the topic of microwaves because, like, again, another one of those. It's like sleeping with yourself at extra home. I'm going to not talk about that today. What are you putting on your standard water? Body products? What are you breathing in?
Are you burning candles? Like, do you have those scented plugins? Do you love the scented hanging things in your car like my boyfriend does? He puts them in and they disappear. All of that stuff builds up. Cleaning products. Are you using fluorides? Are you using chlorine? I live in such a bubble also. All of those things are incredibly toxic. And some people can metabolize them better than others. I have asthma, so like they irritate me like in this business. So there's a lot to think about.
Most recent studies have shown that one of the most toxic things that most households have in their home are
So the big question is, how do I stop my clothes from being static? Dryer balls.
Dryer balls are amazing. You know what? There's natural 7th-generation makes them. There's all companies that make dryer sheets. They can work. Some of them still are smelly. I don't particularly like smell lavender. Yes, they are lavender.
Anything else anybody can think of? Any questions? If it's toxic or a good option? Okay.
So food storage, going back to that, glass is obviously better.
Glass is the best.
Glass is the best, yeah.
And most of those sometimes have plastic lid.
Mm-hmm.
That's also bad, right?
It's okay as long as you don't keep the lid on when you're heating it up. So if you're going to use like a microwave or something like that, convection, take the lid off. There's a whole other, I didn't really talk about it because again, it kind of opens up a can of worms. And it's actually a really important one. It's just plastic wrap. So we're talking about plastic wrap and that rubber plastic wrap. And again, phthalates, all those chemicals and plastics.
You just don't want to touch them with food.
They make so many amazing alternatives that I really do. I'm not really going to support I bought one pretty recently. I was like, this is amazing. And then it was like waxy and then for parents, we run into issues like eventually my kids' schools were please don't and so they make plenty of stainless steel. There's stainless steel everything. Most of our water bottles are stainless steel. So
Even stainless steel food storage containers for those families who have older kids that just go and open the cabinet doors and stuff, like, and they just dig, and they just kind of throw stuff down. So if you're one, I taught a workshop on Saturday, and one of them was like, glass storage containers are great, but my boys will literally, like, they will break. So what do? Stainless steel. So there's a lot of options out there. One thing I don't like about them is you don't know what's inside, so you have to like put labels on them, and then you can't reheat them, which is fine if you're willing to. And you should heat it on the room anyways. But a lot of kids don't think about it, so they throw it in the microwave and they're screwed. So pros and cons to everything.
my little plug for for baby bottles. And so that's too. Please don't buy them at the dollar store. They need in lead, and they make so many. So glass is really hard, especially for doing that. I mean, I can really keep glass intact, but they can make pretty awesome stainless steel ones. Same with silicone cups.
I use the glass ones in my vendors, and then they even have like little silicone covers. If like the kids are older, and then they also have mason jars. They have nipples that you can put on mason jars, and which those are really durable. So there's all kinds of really cool stuff out there.
I'm trying to be interested in arguments that you have to like. I bought a bunch of reusable Ziploc bags.
Like the silicone ones?
But not interested because I don't feel like I just can't with like, this isn't a good option. So now I'm interested to see what the other happens. So if you would provide a some sort of like, oh, these are the ones that like become recommended.
Yeah.
That way everybody's
Are they the ones that are the silicone reusables?
Yeah, that's what I feel like they are. But I'm not like
So silicone is much safer. That's why when we talk about medical equipment and things like that, or stainless steel silicone, that's what we use. They are safer. I'm the biggest fan of getting rid of single-use plastics. That's another soapbox I'm going to try to turn in tonight because that's what I'm getting. But yeah, those are usually pretty good. Reusable silicone ones. Yeah. And then for people that absolutely must use those Ziploc, I years ago did a post that was just free washing. If you can rewash them and put them in the cup, and then use them.
Again.
I don't think so. I think we kind of covered everything. I really put this in to show for phase 1, someone's individual genetics do make a difference. So this is important because that's looking for 50 enzymes, and each of your pathways and your genes are actually making these enzymes to help with these parts of detox. And then like conjugation is over here, and that's when I'm really looking at those nutrients that are needed. And they're just not like glutathione, amino acids, etc., methylation.
And glutathione gets depleted very quickly with hormones. So if you are in a lot of pain and you use a lot of Tylenol, or you're giving your kids a lot of Tylenol for ear infections or things like that, you really want to make a switch. Because it does deplete glutathione and thus inhibits detox pathways, and then you're just setting yourself up for the dominant effect of that. So that's another key. And that's also how to increase that is something for another time.
All right. So I just like this one because it really gets specific with the nutrients, and that's what it focuses on. And then the other thing that we're going to talk about here shortly is mechanisms in that. So do not speed up phase 1 until we have phase 3. I think we covered that. It needed its
I think
own
she just
emphasis
needed
there.
this image.
I really do. Not alone in your body. Does everybody know this already? I feel like this is becoming so in the forefront. People are really talking about it. And then I get someone in my office who's like, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just taking probiotics here, but my GP told me not to take it. So a healthy gut has 100 trillion bacteria. We have approximately 3 kinds of bacteria. And you are literally outweighed. Like number-wise, the number of cells in your body is less than the number of microorganisms you have. Now, without going into like the history of that, because there's a whole other topic of mitochondria and whether or not that was a symbiotic relationship. But important pieces is those bacteria are helping you digest. So they help you break down the foods. They act as your immune system. They're helping you with neurotransmitters. They're helping you do so many different things. I do also a lot of stool testing. I don't like to guess. I like to test as much as possible. So ones that come in and mistakes. But with this abnormal bacteria, abnormal yeast come out quite a bit. Parasites don't come out that often. I have to be honest, even though I see a lot of parasite cleanses, which means it's and then yeast is not as common as people. I just want to put that out there because pretty much everybody comes in and like, oh, yeast. I'm like, no, you have this really weird bacteria. You do have something. Not everybody has something in their gut either. I've tested people who have been negative. But this is super, super important. So the Bacteria now, I mean, we call that our second brain because it is. Upwards of 90% of your serotonins are in your gut. 5% in your brain. 5% in your peripheral tissues. Somewhere around 70% of your dopamine is in your gut as well. So if you're not looking at the gut, it's not. Totally missing. So do I really need probiotics? Well, if you've ever been on an antibiotic, I love probiotics. Not every probiotic is right for people. It's nice when we can test because those test beneficial bacteria. And then it's pick out specific strains. There's enough research now that certain autoimmune conditions do not do well with certain strains of bacteria or probiotics, and they do better with others. So that's important. So those pieces will make a big difference. But when I talk about probiotics, do you need them? I would love for everybody to be on a green drink, a multivitamin, a fish oil, a probiotic. That would be like my happy universe. Because we do need them. Pretty much everyone needs probiotics at some point in time to wipe it out. Or we've encountered just infections because that's what we do.
How do you feel about fermented foods?
Fermented foods, some people do really well, some people don't. And it's fun. We also have to go into the topic of prebiotics, all of that, which will feed abnormal bacteria as well. So those are the people that are like, every time I take a probiotic, I get sick. It causes bloating and gas, pain, and indigestion. Like, I'm not sure how to look at what's wrong in your gut because it sure likes what your prebiotic is. Right. This is for the nerds out there only. I had to put a sign in here for nerds. It's like your bacteria is different in every segment, from your mouth down, and there are commonly expected populations, and then there are not. So this is also for the people that are like, "But I take like the second side." Yeah. There's a lot more. Super important. So I tend to use, if I don't know, I tend to use probiotics, one reputable source, two third-party tested quality assurance. They should have more microorganisms, and then what they state on the label. They need to be refrigerated because they're live organisms. Other aside, they should be taken with food. Super important. Not an empty stomach with digestive enzymes will kill it. Probiotics in another formula are most often useless because they're in a lot of digestive enzyme formulas. With an enzyme, that's going to kill it. Same with protein shakes and probiotics. Really do feel like
I actually know this new supplement that has digestive enzymes and a probiotic. I was just like, All right, so a big question is, if I'm doing a detox, do I exercise? Because a lot of times people do them for weight loss, right? They want to get all the toxins out, and so, like, if I sweat, I'm eliminating toxins, right? You can, and again, it depends on the type of detox you're doing, but keep it gentle. If your body is doing a lot, and working out is actually very stressful, and then you're typically lower calorie, so that you're burning more, and then you're going to set yourself up for cravings and being hungry and crash and being miserable. So things like hatha yoga, restorative yoga, tai chi, doing an infrared sauna are all great options too. If you feel like you want to move, like I exercise regularly, so to like stop for 2 weeks is like I don't want to stop, so I just get more gentle. You know, it's not a time to focus on weight loss. It's a time to let your body do its job and get rid of stuff, and not to add more to it. Because again, toxins are stored in our fat cells, and when we lose weight, it releases a whole bunch of them, and we're asking for things like a detox, headaches and fatigue, and all that stuff. Lactic acid buildup, all kinds of stuff for sure.
The other thing I would say about that is all of these gentle things, this gentle movement is going to move our lymphatic, and we want that to happen while you're cleansing because we really want to circulate your blood circulating, we want nutrients circulating, we want everything that you're trying to get out of your body to move effectively done, and then you get it out.
And it also helps with bowel movements. So if you do struggle with constipation and things like that, moving will help get things going. So that's another benefit. So it's definitely recommended, but people say, "Oh, she recommended it," and go and run 5 miles. No, try to keep it gentle. So now that we've talked in depth about how detox works and what you need for it, what can we do every single day to reduce our toxin load? That's really important, right? Because you don't want to do all this work and then just keep filling up your cup and, feeling horrible again in just a few weeks. Like that's not the point, right? The point is to get healthy. So I think there's a whole bunch of different things that you can do. I put dry brushing on the top. If you start diving into detox research, it's going to come up in almost every single blog post and on YouTube and all of that. And it's just where you take a bristle brush, like horsehair or something like that, and you're going to start at your feet and you start just brushing up towards your heart. Now your arms are brushing inwards. You just all towards your heart. And it helps, they say it helps with bringing your blood to the surface and circulating it. It does get rid of toxins in your skin. It gets rid of skin cells. Really good stuff. I actually do practice it and I like it. It also keeps my skin nice and smooth, which I like.
Yeah, in your lymphatic channels, again, going back, your lymph, we talked about this back in the immune talk, is that your lymphatics are basically superhighways where all your immune cells are traveling through. And so your lymphatics are next to your blood vessels. So yes, moving your blood is going to help your lymphatics. Movement is going to help your lymphatics. Brushing is really gentle. It does actually work. And again, we want to actually go here because that's where it all dumps. If you look at lymphatic channels, at the any pictures, it shows like all of these are right next to the blood vessels. And then right here.
So again, we talked about this earlier, changing up your cleaning chemicals. I use distilled water and vinegar for most cleaning. There's a lot of great cleaners out there if you don't feel like the vinegar smells something that you want to deal with for 5 minutes. Opening up your windows. Indoor air is more polluted than outdoor air. So the simple act of opening up your windows and letting fresh air in actually does a great job of cleaning out your indoor air quality. And if you struggle with allergies, that's a whole other topic. But I know a lot of people who don't because it gets them all stuffed up. You still need to, and that's where air purifies its up, but they still can't do as good of a job as opening up windows. It's just impossible. Switching from those scented candles and things to diffusing essential oils. Essential oils have a host of other benefits that they're finding. There's some help with attention and sleep and relaxation, energy. And so if you really need your house to smell different, for whatever reason, essential oils is the key. Yes.
Just make sure they're good quality. Some of the essential oils out there.
Stuff at Walmart is not going to be good. I just saw Walmart have like 3 different options for like $10 for 5 bottles, and it's like changing up your cookware. So stainless steel, cast iron, glass are all great options. I love stainless steel and cast iron. The key to making them non-stick is to make them hot before you add your cooking oil. They're much less likely to stick that way. So a lot of people just add their oil when it's cold, heat it up that way. It does not work as well as heating it up first and then adding your cooking oil. Your food storage containers, your mattress. Oh my gosh. So I don't remember how many years ago it was, but they wanted mattresses to be much more flame retardant because people keep smoking in bed for some reason. And so the flame retardants in mattresses increase significantly. You're breathing those down. So if you can't replace your mattress, there are mattress covers that keep them contained. I really highly recommend them. The same with pillows. Those are the same way. So you need pillow covers, things that you can take off and wash for allergies and acne. If you struggle with acne, making sure you wash your pillow is really important. A lot of people wash the pillowcase, not the pillow. And so you want to make sure that you also washing that. Plus all the sun sticks to it and all the toxins that we bring in bed. If you don't shower before bed, all of those things. If you makeup chemicals, lotions, all of that. Air purifiers are a great option. Just do your research, make sure you're getting them. The cheap ones are probably not going to do the job, unfortunately. Getting plants, okay, I have a hard time with this one because I kill everything, but plants that clean the air. Okay, there are some great ones that are beautiful out there. You can go on Pinterest and they come up with a list of 15, and they're not that expensive. And then of course you get nature and all the things that seeing green does to the brain, lots of benefits. Following the Clean 15 and the Dirty Dozen from the EWG Environmental Working Group, they test them every single year, and like this year, I think kale is added to like the top of the list, which is super disappointing. So you can find that on their website. We do have a handout for you. Really, really good idea to follow that if you can. Make sure you're picking your fish wisely. They are often a source of heavy metals, especially mercury. So making sure you're picking wisely.
Pure antidepressants. Do you guys know that? Medications in fish? Huge. Huge.
Well,
Most
and there's,
stuff people flush that goes into that system.
or you have birth control in water because their filters are designed so people are cleaning out birth control. They're testing it, they're finding it in our water supply because they're not rated to clean up pharmaceuticals, they're rated to clean up toxins and keep the pH balanced. So avoiding tap water as you can. There are most refrigerator filters you can buy that very clean out pharmaceuticals, and then of course there's filters under the same filtration systems that literally you put them through an ultraviolet, they clean up everything, put them through an ultraviolet light, and then remineralize them. That's really important. You do not want distilled water, you want mineralized water. So all of these things, and this list does seem overwhelming. This is a lot to think about. And I remember when I first learned about the EWG and I took this rabbit hole in, I was completely overwhelmed. And so the health coach in me is like, okay, yes, you want to do all of this, but make it realistic. So one change every 2 weeks, one change a month. Every little bit helps. I think the first thing would probably be water.
It's so easy. And here's the thing. A good portion of these and a lot of these things that we're talking about today are already on. It's already on my Facebook page. Easier to scan there.
And there's a little search on the side so you can put in, so you don't have to go digging. You can just put on the search bar on the page. It's underneath all the options and about and services and things. It's right there.
So I have plants that clean the air. I have the Dirty Dozen Clean 15. I have fish on there. Smaller fish have less toxins than larger fish because larger fish eat smaller fish. And then if I were accumulates, people are not far away from physical biology. But I mean, a lot of this information is already on there. So.
And when it comes to cookware, TJ Maxx and Ross and things do have really great brands if you look. So there, you don't have to go out and just replace the one you use the most, and then maybe in a month replace the other one you use the most. Like you don't have to go 100% in. Like I'm gonna do a one maybe that doesn't last and you get really frustrated. And if you have money to blow and you want to spend $1,500 and do all of this, then cool, that's great. But for the most part, just one thing at a time, starting with water and then maybe body products. I think that was what I did, was water and body products. And thank goodness for bloggers because I remember the first time I switched, my hair became super brittle and dry from using the Detox. And then I switched back to the regular stuff because I didn't want my hair breaking. But there's so many great brands out there, and there's even like hairstylists that only specialize in healthy products and things. And of course, it's salon grade, so it's going to be expensive, but at least you don't have to worry about it. And here in Phoenix, we have a lot of them, so you can find options, even ones that are gluten-free. My daughter has celiac disease, so she's going to require gluten-free hair products, and a lot of them are like dark and things like that, so they're not great. So yeah, if you're going to start anyway, that's where I recommend, and then go from there, one piece at a time. Now, of course, we have to talk about food. It's my favorite topic. All right, so all fruits and vegetables are going to be great, okay? But there's certain ones that really do help. So there's artichokes. They help increase the flow of bile and help to digest fats. There's beets, there's broccoli and other cruciferous veggies that help support the liver's detoxification enzymes. Fresh fruits and veggies, like are raw or lightly cooked, are great sources of vitamin C and glutathione. Proteins, which are required for phase 1 and phase 2. You can get them from beans, nuts, seeds, quinoa, protein powder, fish, and then onions and garlic. So all really good stuff. I love onions and garlic. Any questions so far? You guys are very quiet. I get weirded out. All right. So this is your.
I love herbs. Herbal teas are really nice, especially during a cleanse or a detox, because you feel like you're taking something in, and sometimes I just feel like I want something more with flavor, especially with drinking something. And so herbal teas, herbal teas are great for that. Stinging nettles of Urtica. This one is a little bit harder sometimes to take in a tea. Some people love the flavor, some people don't. But you can actually saute it up. You can buy it, saute it or steam it. It has tons of great vitamins in it. Avena or oats, great, absolutely nutritive. Alfalfa, people don't necessarily think of alfalfa. Wildly nutritive. It also has chlorophyll. Horsetail is called ecosine. This is good for your hair and your urinary tract. And lots of other things, because that's how herbs actually work when you go take every single constituent and then standardize it. Red clover, I love red clover. But there's so many other things that you can do. You can buy a creamy detox tea. Even I put them up in Trader Joe's there. Do a tea bag. But I mean, you can do nutritive teas and detox teas. Here's the other pieces that I would recommend. I actually recommend a nutritive tea versus a detox tea for some people, or at least doing both. Because you really want the nutrition, and then otherwise you can do the milk vessels and dairy and things in those teas. Or you can just.
Can you give us an example of the difference?
Nutritive versus detox?
Yeah, like if we were to
Well, detox is going to focus on
No, I mean options. Like we're going to the store and looking at all of these things. What's it, like if I want a nutritive tea,
you're going to have to go to another store. I'm going to be honest. Detox is trendy, so you can go pretty much anywhere and get it. You might be able to go to Whole Foods and look at one that's nutritive, and this is what you would look for. This is absolutely what you would look for. I actually get my tea down in Tempe at the Sauna Medical Center. Because I'm usually too lazy to make my own, and it's already been made.
You're doing some tea shop owners that have all of these, and they're well versed. They're extremely knowledgeable, and they have regular weekly trainings with their staff on each of them. So and they're all over the place. There's some in Phoenix, there's in Mesa. We have some really great ones. I think the Beltmore has one. So they're all over the place, and they know their stuff. So if you say, hey, I'm looking for nutritive teas for detox, they'll be like, oh, we'll come on over. So they.
But again, you can also cook with those herbs. I had a beautiful soup yesterday that somebody had put some ashwagandha, somebody, one of my really good friends had put some ashwagandha and some other herbs in with their adrenals, adaptogens, so they supported adrenal stress response. So that was great. We just put them right into the soup.
So we talked a lot about the physical, but we have to talk about the mental and the emotional side. This is actually becoming a huge trend. I think it's great. Again, there's probably going to be some people who take it to the extreme. But for the most part, it's not truly getting rid of what you may consider negative emotions, but helping clear out the ones that are just stuck, that keep you in your cycles, right? So one of the probably the most popular ones and the ones that people are giving the most energy to right now are social media detoxes. And I know people that regularly on the weekends will literally delete the apps off of their phone. They just won't even, they don't want the notification, they don't want the temptation to pick up their phone and have the habit of pressing on it. And the first weekend was really tough, and then after that, they just absolutely love it. But we just get so hooked on being connected and knowing what's going on, and then just being bored. Like instead of just going to the bathroom, we have to sit on our phones, right? Before we would just sit there, get our door business, and maybe read the shampoo bottle, right? And then negative TV detox. I don't even watch the news. I stopped that a long time ago because it would just stress me out so bad. But a lot of people love to know what's going on. But the energy from the news is so negative, and so cutting it off and getting your news from BBC or something like that is probably a bad option. But I would challenge you to just disconnect for a week and just don't, because you'll find out how much they just sensationalize and just focus on the negative because it's all about news. There's even like a happynews.com where they just focus on positive things that happen. Literally, and they tell you all these positive things to help lift it because you can feel like the world is just so dark and everybody's so stupid and it's just a bunch of calamity and fighting and chaos and murdering. Like, it gets so heavy, and so cutting that off is going to do wonders for your mental health. Spending time alone. Now, as a mom, that's very difficult. When my boyfriend and I broke up, and I was without my kids half of the time, I did not know what to do with myself. I did not know how to be alone. It was super scary, and I kept myself busy. But once I started getting used to it, I crave it now because it just helps me, because I take on everybody's energy, and so to be alone really gives myself a chance to take a break, and to filter through my own emotions and things that are going on, so that I can come back and be refreshed and give my best to my family, to my clients. And if you don't have the ability to do that, just journal. Get the thoughts out of your head and out of paper so you can get rid of them. We'll do your wonders. Some sort of emotional detoxing is literally just reframing your negative thoughts into positive ones. There's like legit how-to steps, mental detoxes that teach you how to do this. Because some of us just don't know how to take something negative and turn it positive. I'm like a rose-colored glasses, like everything's happy and positive, and I think everything has a silver lining, so I don't really understand this, but I know there's people out there who really struggle with it. But you can't do that without being alone and without evaluating yourself and without social media and all those things. So even if you're not doing it, you're still doing something. And then something that's really easy is just meditation or yoga. I love my yoga classes. It's an hour for me to not think about anything. Sometimes I have a lot of thoughts and then I fall over. But for the most part, like I can't sit and meditate. I do like walking or journaling. That's a meditation for me, and then of course yoga. And some people find it in running. Some people can just run for 10 miles and zone out. I don't know how they do it, but I know that it's totally a thing. And so, any thoughts or questions or experiences with this? Fears?
They have meditation apps.
Yeah.
I have that too. Lots of really good ones. I highly recommend them because I like guidance. So I do really well guided meditations. So you might want to consider that if you haven't already done those. And then again, kind of guided wise, I personally am not a journaling person. I don't like to do it. However, I did a detox a few years ago, and I actually started it with mental, emotional, and physical space as a place rather than physical, like when I'm eating anything in my mouth and all those, cytokine systems, and that was really fabulous. And that's actually on my page too. So it has each of the steps, just so you can journal about it, and it gives you guidance on how to do that. Guided meditation, guided journaling, along with Marie Kondo.
I love getting rid of
It makes
stuff.
me so happy.
It's my favorite to throw stuff in my Goodwill pile. It makes me so happy.
Alright, there are lots of other things that you can use. These are actually all from Strawberry Hedgehog. I did a cleanse a couple of months ago. And these are the ones that I used, so I took pictures. I'm like, what am I using during my cleanse? This is awesome. It's an herbal detox bath. There are lots out there. I'm just going to show you what I used along with everything else. So really, this detox bath is really warming. It's a little bit intense. I'm going to warn you, so I used Replenish, some of other than gel. And then these are three of my favorites: the healing oil, the Find Your Light, and then the self-love. Again, I really love them, and some of these self-love don't always on my desk. Every patient needs a self-love, and you are safe. Which you may need to add in, you are safe. If you don't take care of your body, where are you going to live? That's ultimately it. So a lot of people are like, what do I want to do? It's totally fine. I don't need to take care of my body. In conjunction with that, if you don't take care of your mind, What roommates are you living with?
All right, so it might feel pretty impossible to find a good detox program. So obviously, at this point, you know that you need it, and you know that it needs to be done well. And so we did put together a program because we don't want to just throw information at you and say, have fun, good luck, right? And this is something we do strongly believe in. It is a 15-day program. We have a 5-day lead-in plan because I can tell you that I have done, oh, let me binge, and then I'm going to do my detox tomorrow. And that migraine was insane and sleep didn't help. Okay? I've been there, done that. I've made every single mistake out there. And what I learned, especially when I did my juicing cleanse, was I didn't lead in or lead out. So when I introduced solids, I had a 3-day migraine. And I got severely bloated. And it was really painful and uncomfortable. And I swore I would never do that again, and never have. But I do detox. And then we have a 10-day renewal program, scientifically verified, and it does support all 3 phases of the detox.
I've used every detox on the planet, and lots of them are really, really good. And this is just where I settled with my own patients. And then I asked her to help me with this, and here, a little bit of the background, is that I really like the metagenics, the 10-day and the 28-day interchange, because it comes with a lot of guidance. Everything's in one place. It makes it really easy for people. So there's a protein shake, there's an herbal supplement in there that gives you everything that you need between them for phase 1 and phase 2, and then you really go to the bathroom. And then it has the diet plan in it. So it just really, really simplifies it, and then I know people are really safe with it. I'm not worried so much about medical conditions, because I worry a lot about how people's kidney function and liver function is. And so that was what we used as the base, and then she had a detox already. We came together and we're like, how do we help people succeed in this, where they feel really good about it, we don't get super sick along the way, and we don't abandon it 3 days in because they're like, I can't do this.
Yeah, that detox flu is rough.
So this is what we did.
And it is extremely structured, and it does support all phases. And that was really important. So if you're going to do it, we want you to do it right. We want you getting the nutrition that you need to be able to do it well, so that you don't get backed up at any part of the conveyor. So you do get the 5-day lead-in diet. You've got the detox supplement that gives you all the nutrients that you need. You're getting a diet plan. You can shopping list. You can literally go on Whole Foods or Amazon, click this thing, buy everything, have it delivered to your house. You don't even have to leave if you don't want to. Some people hate going to the grocery store. For me, it's a vacation. I love the grocery store, and I love picking out all this stuff. But if you are like, this is new to me, or I don't like it, I don't know what I'm looking for, it's all done for you. And that's really what it's all about. We do include a probiotic that we really like, and it is scientifically.
This one's really great. I actually really like metagenics. They do really wonderful research in some of the a lot of their research they do with big institutions, which is also absolutely fantastic. I don't use all of their stuff, but I like to pick and choose the things I find are the best for my patients. And they have a probiotic specifically for weight loss. Like I never just get a probiotic for weight loss. But I do really like this probiotic with interchange. And there is something really wonderful in reinforcement as we do shed. Some of it is water weight and some of it is just reinforcing our gut bacteria.
And it is just kind of a gut reset. You are moving a lot of stuff, right? And we don't naturally make probiotics that have to be replenished. And so the thing is studies have found that depending on your gut bacteria, you can eat, you and the person next to you can eat the exact same meal, and one person will absorb more calories than the other person. Some people will absorb more nutrients than the other person. Really, at the end of the day, you want to make sure that your gut health is as optimal as it can be so you can live a Like somebody could eat a 1,600 calorie diet and gain weight, and another person could lose weight. And it really can depend on your microbiome. And so having certain strains that have been studied to help with that is just a really nice thing.
I'd love to nerd out on just this. Oh, we've seen studies on the fecal transplants. It's really fun.
It's fascinating. And then because some people do have a high toxic load, if this is it's your first time doing a detox, or maybe you haven't done it in a really long time because your last one really sucked, that you might find that you are experiencing some of the detox flow, and there are strategies in place to help minimize that so that you are not laid up in bed for 2 days. I had a client who found out she was diabetic and cut out sugar, and that was the only thing she did, and she had to detox flu for 3 days. She literally felt like she was going to die. Her entire body hurt. She was sweating. She was going to the bathroom nonstop, and she's like, "What is going on?" I'm like, "Sounds like you're detoxing." And I was like, "You need to call your doctor." And her doctor was like, "Yep, you're detoxing." But she felt better in 3 days, and she pointed it out because she knew she needed it. She felt really great after, but it could have been so much easier. And it didn't have to be so miserable. So our whole goal is just to give you an option because you know you need it, and it's structured and it's safe. It is $199. The 5-day detox gets delivered to your inbox instantly, and then this will show up at your door a few days later, which is really nice. Thank you guys so much for joining us.
Any
I
other
know
questions?
that was a lot. Yeah, do you have questions, or are you just like, everybody kind of has deer in the headlights, kind of like, what? That was a lot.
Definitely check out Environmental Working Group if you don't already. Like I said, they have, and I plug them every single talk I give because they're just amazing. They put out free information, and they have their like skin deep side that's all everything that's product wise, sunblocks, baby care, hair care, makeup, and they actually say what the chemicals are and what their ratings are and what they're associated with. Like this is associated with cancer, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Thyroid's huge.
Yeah, thyroid is huge. Chemicals are huge. So many of them actually will displace iodide from the thyroid, so you can't actually make thyroid hormone. So if I'm have anybody with any information on those, but they have a seafood wallet guide. They have everything. They actually have a database where you can look up your zip code for the wallet. Yeah. It's free. It's easy. In your spare time when you sit on the toilet. Turn it.
So I feel like I've been hearing all of these different lines of mine talking about parasite cleanses. It's crazy. I don't know. It's like a food parasite cleanses, and I'm like, how long it can be? Like I know someone who's doing that.
Okay, so she's asking about parasite cleanses, how healthy can they be, how often. She has a client that's repeatedly. So parasite cleanses, there's such a huge range. I actually wish I had that in my myths. I was like, let's get it in my myths. I'm like, I don't even know how I tackle this because I actually have to look at what parasite cleanse is. Now, most of the anti-parasitic herbs in these parasite cleanses are actually pretty good. Some of them cannot be taken long term. They will be toxic. That's super important. Not all herbs are safe. They're not all safe in conjunction. They're not all safe long term. And so that's really important. Not everybody has parasites. Actually, very few people have parasites. I highly recommend they test. I've had so many patients. I mean, I've been doing this for 13 years. I don't know if you've been a resident medical student, but in those years, I can't like thousands of patients walk in. Like, oh, I have parasites. I'm like, let's test. And a lot of times, those same people also like to someone else also test a parasite. Or go back to Whole Foods and ask their opinion or something like those. Please just test if you can get parasites. No. And then for parasite cleanses, they can actually be very, very good. But parasites, in order to irritate the gut lining, they're going to start 100%. And so that's always my concern is I also see a lot of people down here, like around the side, where they've been doing a FODMAP diet for years, or an SCD diet for years, or they have SIBO for years. Those things should not exist. Like that is not like you should get rid of whatever you have and get better. That is the goal. That's my goal. There's zero reason. Like my husband always says that I'm entirely too good because patients don't come back because they get better. And that's like the point. That's the point. Like nobody should be doing this all the time. Cleanses, we know, the teacup, we can't control certain things. And the parasites, those should be gone. And I've also treated patients who have parasites in the brain and parasites in places that only horror stories, talk about in TV shows. And so you want to make sure that you're not messing up your gut and those parasites don't mess with us.
So in relation to that, also, I've noticed a lot of these pulling hydrotherapy courses, and again, just a little bit of research on it and tried it myself. It was always an awful experience for myself, but I do know people who swear by it. What are your thoughts on this?
So she's asking about colon hydrotherapy. In Arizona, they're absolutely everywhere. A lot of people use them for detox. It can be incredibly helpful. Now there's levels again. Once you get that out, that's fantastic. You can do enemas at home, which I actually recommend to my patients as like they're in control of it. I have also seen a huge amount of patients who have SIBO as a result of too many colon hydrotherapy because they'll insert water now. There's closed and open systems. There's one where somebody's in there and they actually are like monitoring. Those are the ones I recommend. Those systems. Yeah, and then they know exactly what's going on. You will have cramping because it's muscles. And so when you expand it, it wants to contract. That's what it's going to do. And expel what should be going the other way, right? But the big thing is that once you go the large intestine coming up, over, down, and then the small intestine, if you back up that bacteria from the large intestine and the small intestine, you're in a little trouble. And that's when I'll see people who have the small intestine bacterial overgrowth. Very sick. So I know colon hydrotherapy actually really like when it's done responsibly, not too frequently, especially if monitored. And if somebody's doing a cleanse or a detox, it's super helpful to do that to make sure it's getting out, or at least do elements that have something to make sure. Not a fleet, and I'm about. And then I'm not even going to touch coffee.
I was interested to see what you recommend that does it by guidance. I did it about 15 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I also was interested in you talking about active charcoal. How you take that in and how much you take.
Depends on the person. For activated charcoal, she's asking about activated charcoal. Activated charcoal you can get over the counter, you can get it at any health food store, you can get it online, and they'll give you dosages. I start very, very slow, very small. I do not want to constipate someone, but I also really don't want to make them sick. I mean, that's the whole point, is that you give them a little bit so that it just grabs it and then binds it and you get it out. Mm-hmm. But start whatever, and most of the labels, if you're just going to get it over the counter, read the label because they're always going to put it lower than it should be because they're covering their labels. So if you start at that starting dose, they say, and then keep in mind what else they put in there, because sometimes it's not just that. Good questions.
Yeah, those are good. Any other questions?
So this dirty dozen that's here,
Oh, yeah.
does that mean don't eat those or make sure those are organic?
Make sure they're organic.
Okay.
Make sure they're organic.
And the similarities between those are what? They all have very thin skins?
Yeah, they're all water-based, very thin skin, nothing protecting them, so they absorb all of them. And yeah, you notice the Clean 15, they usually have skin and things.
It's not always the case. Now, every year they test them. And again, they're third-party scientists, no conflicts of interest. And so they test them and they just put it out there for free. But the ones that are the dirty dozen are the highest in pesticides. They actually have a very long, more cumulative, comprehensive list. And then the Clean 15, most people aren't able to eat all organic, so don't worry about the Clean 15. They're very low in pesticides. If you can eat all organic, fantastic. If you can do all organic. But for the dirty dozen, I differ from other people in that I say either do organic or I very rarely am I actually extreme about things. Anybody who knows me, I have patience because I am a moderation person to the end. Everything should be achievable. But for that, there's so many things that we can't control. I mean, obviously, if they don't have organic and you need to make a pie or something, you do. Sometimes you just got to do it. I don't mean be extreme to that way. But yeah.
But it sounds like the nutritional benefit from those things is not worth the pesticide trade-off.
And the nutritional value is so much lower.
It's all food.
Yeah. And the nutritional value in the dirty dozen compared to the organic cover is 90 different. Yeah, so you're getting like so much less vitamin C and potassium and magnesium and all those other nutrients that you want to get from them that you think you're getting compared to the organic.
And then keep in mind, I mean, the things that we think have nutrients, oftentimes we talked about this at the immune talk, it's like you're going to get a whole lot more vitamin C out of a red pepper than you are an orange, significantly more. Eat a red pepper, don't eat an orange. So, sometimes what we think is, this is where I have to get my carotenoids. It's like, well, there are lots of things in orange, turns out.
Something else? Yeah.
You mentioned things way early on about things to eliminate, non-stick cookware, things like that, and mattresses is one of them. That is one thing where almost, I don't even know what that market is now. 50% of mattresses are shipped in a shrink wrap bag, and it's just like expands and it's just foam, right? It's just, you open that bag and you can smell the chemical that comes to your face.
Yep.
Already.
Totally agree. And they actually make things like mattress wraps. I was debating whether or not I was going to talk about this, because this becomes
I mentioned
this becomes more important with babies and kids. Think back to sleep. A baby we've found that saliva with the flame retardant with bacteria actually releases it. So whether or not that's a part of this whole piece over here with SIDS, I would never say that. I'm just saying, making sure their mattresses are really safe because they're tiny. But really, it's for us too.
So there are mattress covers that make it affordable, so you don't have to go mattress hunting. So you can just Google them. There's a ton of different companies out there. There's some that have padding, so you're not sweating, things like that. It is definitely worth the investment, especially if you have young kids. Really, really important. Anything else? You guys have been fantastic. We're so honored that you came. We know that your time is valuable. Thank you. Hi, everyone.
We're like, we're not going over this time.
Every time.